But also on the other side of the spectrum, Johnny Depp won.
Oh my God, yes. I saw that.
He did.
So,
I mean, okay, the thing with Johnny Depp winning though, like he won just because like he proved that she was lying, but he still did like shitty stuff to her as well. So
yeah, they were in a toxic relationship for sure.
That's what I was
So
gonna
it was
say. I was
like-
reading about it and I was like, you know what? Is that I'm going back to when you were in that, I think it was that episode where you were like, I don't want to take sides. And I was like, why not?
yeah.
Take a side.
I love taking sides.
Yeah.
But I get it. Like now I was like looking back and I was like, nah, man, this is one of those times where like, you know how we were talking about Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith and I was like, it's just like these kinds of like moments in people's lives are shit that we as the public, like as a society, as masses, like we should not have access to because we don't
totally
like
agree.
We shouldn't have access to it because we don't have like the sensibility to deal with them correctly, you know, in like the most appropriate way. And yeah, like I saw that he won and it's like a really weird mixed feeling of like on one side it's like he did like that entire situation like cost him a lot. On the other side it's like he's not like
he's not a saint either. Yeah,
He's absolutely not.
You know what I mean? Is like it's
And
a
I think-
really grimy like kind of situation to like take
to
a
be
stand
honest,
on.
I haven't seen like I've seen people really happy like on podcasts and stuff online be really happy like, oh, Depp won.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna be one of the only ones that like he's not necessarily all that fantastic. Like,
Yeah.
And I think
you know what I
those
mean?
yeah, I
Like
think
he so I'm glad that it's done and that like he may get a semblance of his life back. Like I heard he just got casted for Beetlejuice 2.
oh my God, no fucking way.
And there were talks around town of him playing Mr. Addams in the Addams Family. So like there's like all these things where like if he gets vindicated, he has an opportunity to like continue his presence and like the gravity of who he is and of his talents, which I'm all for, right? Who knows if he's gonna get recasted in some of these big movies. Because Pirates, I heard they're doing a Margot Robbie Pirates now.
Oh my God.
And like, so like, who knows what direction they're gonna take? Even though Jerry Bruckheimer was, or whatever his name is, was like, I'm not completely canceling the idea of like Johnny Depp not coming back. Like, so he might, even though he's really mad at some of these studios. So like, who knows if he'll ever work with Warner Brothers again or Disney again or something like that. But like his career now is not over.
Yeah.
He's probably going to get quite a few jobs. And on the contrary, she's probably not.
Which is great. Because
she's
honestly,
probably not. But that's where I have a little bit of an issue with, because we just established that both of them, that relationship was just not good for them as people, right? Like they because of probably his like dependency issues and his vices, and then who she seems to be as a person. It just didn't blend well. It was hella toxic. But like, I don't know if I'm like
I think the reason,
with her like not having jobs now. Like, I'm not sure that I'm like, because again, he's not a saint.
But I think the reason why people were so like, and why people are so adamant, and even myself, like I'll admit it, like that was the thing, because before it I was like, wow, that's crazy, but I wasn't really paying attention to it because I was like, I don't know, that's not, like it seemed like there was a lot more background into the case that I didn't know. But I think the second that people heard those like recordings and the way that she was describing what was abuse,
right,
and the way that she was like it wasn't even that
her,
she
like,
didn't see it as that, is that she was like, whatever, dude, like who fucking cares, like to her it was just like, suck it up, like that coldness that people don't really see often. Like I feel like that's what like that it was also sealed like a level her fucking, because people could like, I don't know that Johnny Depp has ever been like, oh, I have done these things in the past and I have like I have apologized for, like, I don't know what he has apologized for or not, or if he feels remorse or not, but I feel like he has always at least played this like very like soft remorseful, like sensitive kind of persona where like even if he hasn't said I'm sorry, like you are ready to believe that he is.
Right.
And hearing her like have absolutely no issue with it.
Oh yeah.
Was so like that was something that like
it's like cold narcissism.
Like that's you don't see that, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like even people who like don't mean it, they're still gonna do it just for show. You know what I mean? They're still gonna be like I'm sorry, because that's also like that's honestly part of being like a good manipulator. You know what I mean? Like narcissists and like abusive people, like that's how they get away with shit. That's how they get away with shit. Yeah. And to see it like it wasn't even in that like in any situation she wasn't ready to like take it back.
Yeah, she turned into Regina George real quick.
Insane.
You know what I mean? You know how
and
Regina,
I think that's why people were so quick to be like, nah, bitch. Like,
well, yeah, because like at the end of the day, like this trial was to prove it wasn't to prove that Johnny didn't do anything, but that she was lying about like him.
So to get credibility to his name back, but you know, but
so like also that she like said like all of the statements that she did was with the means to like ruin his career, ruin his life, like
and to like the thing there's a lot of things that are scary about this trial. Even though I do agree with you, some of these things I don't feel like we should have ever been privy to.
Yeah,
but the recordings made her look really ruthless and really like a pragmatist, like a weird, like kind of like emotionless pragmatist, and that never comes off well. It's, you know, that kind of like Regina George syndrome. But it also made me realize that if that recording didn't exist, she would have been right. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that says a lot more about our culture. Not in the sense that like we shouldn't, like, I'm not trying to make this into like we should not believe people when they say things and like, you know what I mean? But like the level of complexity and nuance and delicacy of these kinds of situations, just abuse in general. Mm-hmm. Like there's such delicate topics that like we should probably try and approach all of them with that level of care and delicacy. And then kind of like tied to that, the mob, the masses, how they rallied with Johnny Depp. As much as, again, this is a very clear-cut example where like he did seem remorseful. He did not deny him like being a bad person to her. He didn't, you know what I mean? But how they rallied for him and how the mob managed to get like this movement started because of him, and against her, like 4 million signatures signed for her to get out of Aquaman, which now she's not in. Mm-hmm. And they did the final edit and she doesn't have like any screen time essentially.
That's crazy.
So it's like, holy crap, like that is terrifying that like that kind of mob mentality can like exist and sway the cultural needle back and forth. It's like kind of, it's to me it's really frightening.
Yeah, that is terrifying.
Because you know, as much as it could be good, as much as it could
so
be like
unpredictable,
right? It's just volatile. Like as much as it could be like George Floyd good awareness, you know, it could also be like, holy crap, this is scary, you know, for somebody in that position.
I feel like,
and it just like makes me like,
it is
just being aware of it. I'm like, holy crap, this is kind of insane to watch.
And it's scary because it's happening to her right now, but it happened to Johnny at the beginning. And that's what I think he was trying to be like, bro, like I didn't expect just a rapid amount of hate for something that hasn't even been proven yes or no. You know what I mean?
Which was my point,
like,
right?
Imagine like that feeling of like, fuck, everybody's just against it. Or me, I guess, him.
Shit, if I was Johnny Depp after I won, I would have put out a statement where I would have said, like, this is over. We would really appreciate to get some privacy back. And like, as much as I appreciate all the support, we have to really be careful about what this kind of like involvement in like commentary on people's lives and how it can really affect people's lives, and we really need to be mindful of that. That would have been like a really poignant thing to say, even though it might have looked a little bit like the mob might have still looked at that and been like, whatever, yo, we just helped you, dog, like what, like, you know, like be grateful, but like also like you also bit my hand off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whenever I was, at the beginning. So like, it's a little bit of a bittersweet feeling there. But holy crap, like it was, to your point, it's been like a really frightening experience to watch. And
just like, I feel like at time, like I know that I saw that and I was like, we should all really like reflect on the way that we like react to shit like that.
I could not agree more. I saw like people being relentless with her, being like, look how she fake cries. Look how she fake cries. And to that point, it did not, it looked like bad acting, but I also said like, these are famous people. How do you know she doesn't have Botox? And she can't, like, her face can't engage that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how do you, like, as much as I don't want to, like, it's really easy to just be like, yo, she's trying to put on a show right now. And, like, all these people have commentary. Like, if she has Botox on her face, which is, I wouldn't doubt it. She's in Hollywood. Her face might not be able to look like it naturally cries.
It's like, the point of it, it's like, you just don't know. You're making, like, you're drawing conclusions just because they fit whatever you want it to fit.
Like, you already believe what you believe.
Yeah, exactly.
And all you're looking at is, all you're trying to find is things to, it's just confirmation bias towards a person, and it's just, it makes me feel weird, even though, again, I do think he should have, like, I'm like, happy about the outcome. In the moment when people are just like roasting her, I'm like, man, like that still makes me feel a little icky, because we don't know what the hell is going on. And also, to that point, as far as like us not knowing like the super details of the relationship, we also don't know if she was also legit. Like, both of them could have been hurtful towards each other, and her pain is still legitimate.
Oh yeah, her pain is still valid.
If she did feel, if she did feel wronged, or she did feel like a part of her was lost in that relationship because of him, that's still a valid thing to feel bad about. So I'm just like, as somebody I haven't been in like really toxic relationships, but as somebody that has seen them and or like experienced a little bit of it, I'm just like, yeah, but like I can also see how you deserve a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? I want, like, I guess empathy towards like your experience, at least. So, but yes, it was done, and I saw it live. I was like, let me just tune in, because I was like an hour before I had to go to work. Man, I was like, yo, whenever they were like calling out the things and everything was pointing towards him winning, I was like, holy crap, this is insane. This is fucking crazy.
I only knew because you texted the group chat. That's how I found out.
I was like, yo, Johnny won right now. It's crazy. I'm sure he's gonna be. I'm sure he's gonna get casted in a whole bunch of shit.
I'm sure he'll be
in the
fine.
next couple in the next 2 years. He's gonna get cast in a whole bunch of shit, and I'm sure that first movie,
because people want the clout.
Whatever studio decides to make that first movie and has that first release,
I wonder how they're gonna decide that.
Movie is gonna have the biggest box office weekend,
absolutely,
in a long time, just because people are gonna flock to see him back on the screen.
That's very true.
It's gonna be insane.
You just said that he was doing Beetlejuice, and I was like,
yeah, apparently that was confirmed that he signed on to do Beetlejuice, but when production starts is unknown. Like, I don't know if that's the case, and I also don't know if Winona Ryder is gonna be in it also.
Oh my god,
it would be.